Good evening, you're now with me, Radzi Ahmad, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. The Sarawak government expands the SUMBANGSIH Raya program to also include the GAWAI Daya and Chinese New Year celebrations. Meanwhile, Malaysia's carbon capture, utilization and storage sector is set for expansion following the passing of the 2025 CCUS bill. And in world news, floods and landslides wreak havoc in the Indonesian island of Java, with 1 dead and 7 missing. The Sarawak government is expanding the SUMBANGSIH Raya program to also include the GAWAI Daya and Chinese New Year celebrations. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the program recognizes the dedication of frontline workers, reflecting the spirit of unity among Sarawakians.
Memang kerajaan akan terus-menerus untuk menyediakan program ini kepada mereka yang bertugas di hari perayaan. Tadi saya telah berbincang dengan setiausaha kerajaan. Kita akan panjangkan ini bukan saja untuk hari raya, tetapi tahun baru Cina dan juga GAWAI. Kita di Sarawak, alhamdulillah, dengan adanya keadaan kita yang begitu baik sekali, kita harmoni, kesejahteraan yang ada. Jadi kita sentiasa raya-raya saja. Baru habis dan baru Cina. Itu datang raya, habis raya 2 bulan lagi GAWAI. Semua raya-raya. Jadi yang 3 tiang pokok perayaan ini, saya telah mengarahkan supaya kita ada bantuan supaya ini untuk perayaan yang 2 lagi. Ini pertama kalilah untuk kita sumbang kepada GAWAI Daya dan juga Tahun Baru Cina.
Abang Johari spoke at the 2025 SUMBANGSIH Raya symbolic handover ceremony earlier today. The ceremony saw the distribution of food and beverage to 11 government agencies and departments in celebration of this year's Aidilfitri. Abang Johari expressed hope that these contributions would boost the morale of those on duty and foster unity among people of diverse backgrounds during festive seasons. He noted that this initiative is not only driven by the government but also by the community who contribute out of compassion and solidarity. He also extended his appreciation to the Sarawak Ministry of Women, Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development for their dedication in preparing the assistance.
The SUMBANGSIH Raya program, now in its 35th edition this year, remains a major annual event organized by the Sarawak Ministry of Women, Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, upholding the Sarawak government's commitment to honouring the sacrifices of frontline personnel. In her speech, Minister Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah said that the program is an ongoing initiative to ensure frontline personnel on duty during festive seasons receive the recognition they deserve.
Tujuan kita mengadakan SUMBANGSIH Raya ini adalah untuk menghargai jasa serta pengorbanan terutama sekali frontliners daripada anggota pasukan keselamatan, agensi penguatkuasaan dan juga badan-badan beruniform untuk memastikan kedaulatan negara kita, keamanan negara kita, khususnya negeri Sarawak, dan juga keselamatan dan ketenteraman dan kesejahteraan rakyat kita pada musim perayaan terutama sekali. Kita ingin mengucapkan terima kasih juga kepada bukan sahaja frontliners kita yang menjalankan tugas pada pagi raya, hari raya atau minggu dalam masih minggu perayaan hari raya. Kita juga ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada para isteri yang merelakan suami bertugas dalam musim perayaan. Kita beri tepukan kepada mereka juga.
Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg received 2 courtesy calls at his office in Wisma Bapa Malaysia in Kuching earlier today. The first courtesy call was by a delegation from the Sarawak branch of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, led by its director Hasbillah Muhammad Saleh, aimed at strengthening cooperation with the Sarawak government.
In a media statement today, Hasbillah said the MACC will continue to provide advice and guidance to government agencies, ensuring that all policies and regulations align with the principles of integrity and good governance. He added that the courtesy call reflects the close partnerships between MACC and the Sarawak government towards a more efficient, transparent and corruption-free administration. He expressed hope that through this collaboration will reinforce a culture of integrity as a core practice in the public service sector, further enhancing public confidence in Sarawak's administrative system. Meanwhile, the second courtesy call was from members of the Sarawak Islamic Council, led by its president, Dato' Ms. Nutaha. The courtesy call aimed to introduce several new members in conjunction with the Council's 70th anniversary, while also strengthening its leadership and expanding its services to better support the well-being of the Muslim community in the state.
The Sarawak Mega Fair is set to be held in Singapore later this year from October 16th to 19th. In a statement, the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Investment Sarawak, Mintred, said the fair aims to provide a platform for government officers, business leaders and stakeholders in Sarawak, Singapore and the region as a whole to connect and network.
The exhibition also aims to strengthen collaboration, facilitate business matching and drive trade, investment and tourism opportunities. It will also showcase Sarawak's potential while promoting sustainable growth through strategic partnerships. The fair will feature seminars, exhibitions and business matching sessions, enhancing Sarawak's global reach through close cooperation between Mintred and Singapore. Earlier, Sarawak Deputy Premier and Mintred Minister Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan chaired a steering committee meeting on the exhibition's preparations. During the meeting, Awang Tengah received a briefing on the progress of the mega fair from the organising committee, led by Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office in Singapore Status Chairman Tan Sri Dato' Amar Muhammad Murshidi Abdul Ghani.
Meanwhile, a Sarawak delegation's recent visit to Oslo and Bergen, Norway, offered insights into highland urban planning and green energy cooperation. Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said the visit helps Sarawak study urban planning for hilly and interior areas with a focus on history, heritage and topography.
According to Awang Tengah, this is a crucial step in refining and enhancing the master plan for Kapit Town. During the visit, the Sarawak delegation also discussed key challenges in urban development, especially in maintaining identity and heritage while adapting to modern development needs. The discussions also covered potential collaboration opportunities between Sarawak and Norway in the areas of economy and green energy, including hydrogen technology. In addition, the delegation also visited the energy park developed by CCB Energy Holding, where they gained a comprehensive understanding of its energy management operations.
Malaysia's carbon capture, utilization and storage (CCUS) sector is set for expansion following the passing of the 2025 CCUS bill in the Dewan Rakyat yesterday. According to Kenanga Investment Bank Berhad, Kenanga IB, the bill could bolster heavy industries such as iron, steel and cement, which require carbon mitigation solutions.
Kenanga Investment Bank said the move could also attract interest from Japan and South Korea as both nations work towards cutting their carbon footprints. However, Sarawak and Sabah are excluded from the bill, which only applies to Peninsular Malaysia and Labuan. Kenanga Investment Bank viewed that the exclusion is likely due to Sarawak established regulatory framework in carbon-related activities such as storage and trading, hence avoiding regulatory conflicts that could slow Malaysia's progress in this sector. Meanwhile, carbon capture costs remain uncertain in Malaysia. Globally, prices prices range from 15 United States dollar to 120 United States dollar per ton. Some companies have already set internal carbon pricing, such as Petronas, CIMB, and Sunway. The CCUS Bill 2025 is part of Malaysia's National Energy Transition Roadmap, with officials hoping the upcoming National Climate Change Bill will provide further clarity in carbon tax and trading regulations.
Floods and landslides wreaked havoc in Indonesia's main island of Java after heavy rains inundated more than a dozen towns. According to a local disaster agency, one child was found dead and 7 people in 3 separate districts were still missing.
Torrential rains this week hit capital Jakarta and its surrounding cities, forcing thousands of residents to evacuate and authorities to use weather modification technology. But the bad weather carried on in neighboring West Java province on Thursday, hitting most parts of its Sukabumi district, damaging houses and flooding hundreds of public facilities, including schools and hospitals. Agency spokesman Andri Setiawan said at least 18 towns in the district were affected by flooding and landslide, adding that more than 200 people had to evacuate to higher ground. Indonesia is prone to landslides during the rainy season, typically between November and April. Climate change has also increased the intensity of the storms, leading to heavier rains, flash floods, and stronger gusts.
Thousands of passengers in Paris and London were left stranded today after a World War II bomb was discovered on the tracks near Gare du Nord, forcing France's busiest train station to shut down. All Eurostar trains in and out of Paris were cancelled, causing massive disruptions for travelers heading to London and Brussels.
The unexploded bomb was found overnight about 2.5 kilometers from the station during routine maintenance in the Saint-Denis area. Police immediately halted all traffic as bomb disposal teams moved in. Trains from the country's busiest train hub, Gare du Nord, heading to its Charles de Gaulle airport have also been suspended. French Transport Minister Philippe Tabarot warned that rail traffic at Gare du Nord would remain heavily disrupted all day on Friday. At London's St Pancras station, confused crowds scrambled for alternate travel options, with train operators advising passengers to rebook or head to Lille for connections. For some, the chaos was frustrating, but for others, it was a moment of déjà vu. This isn't the first time a wartime bomb has caused havoc in Paris. In 2019, the discovery of such a bomb interrupted traffic between Saint-Lazare station and the western suburbs of Paris. Similar incidents have disrupted transport before, and across Europe, such discoveries remain common, especially in Germany, where bombs from World War II are still regularly unearthed. With weekend travelers facing major delays, authorities hope to reopen Gare du Nord by late Friday. But for now, frustration continues to mount.
And that about wraps it up for TVS Nightline. I'm Razi Ahmad. Thank you for watching and have a good night.